Have you ever opened an HTML file that did not have a style sheet? Well, the links are blue, the headings are bigger than the paragraph, for example, you have some margins. Some people refer to this as unstyled content, but in reality it is a styled content. So let me explain. Browsers have by default some way of displaying HTML content visually. Without the default styles, users would just see a messy HTML document. So this is an important thing you need to know about browsers. Because when you write CSS, what you're actually doing is overriding those default browsers, also called user agent style sheets. And every browser has its own user agent style sheet. Remembering that is pretty important and will save you a lot of time during your development process. This is why a lot of developers use something called CSS Resets. Well, this CSS Resets zeroes out all default browsers styling, so it will start with the same padding, margins, font sizes, and that will be applied on all browsers. And there is another problem about browsers. Sometimes your design will look in a specific way in Chrome, but on another browser it will have a different look. So that's because every browser has its own rendering engine that it uses to parse your code and determine how it's supposed to display. For example, you have Trident for IE, Gecko for Firefox. Well, you don't have to remember all the different rendering engines, but knowing that they exist can save you a lot of time. I think you're saying to yourself, becoming a CSS developer is a nightmare. Well, no, thankfully there aren't as many differences now as there have been in the past.